Well, good morning, everybody. Are you looking forward to Monday when Donna and I are going to do the launch for Home Magik on the Move? So, what is it all about? Well, I'm moving to Arkansas, and Donna and I are going to take what we know about environmental engineering so that you can activate the 4 happy hormones in your brain in order for you to think more clearly, be more connected, enjoy your life more, and move more freely no matter what the age, no matter how much money you make, and absolutely no matter if people like you or not. Like, this is about this lifetime is your experience. This is a human body, and everything you own is a prop in a story that you continue to tell yourself. You've been emotionally trained to feel a certain way, and to keep this emotional entrancement in place, you have physical objects, symbols, that either remind you that you're powerful, creative, spiritual, connected to the divine, or they remind you that you are horrible. Now, what's the difference between these memories and memory retrieval systems? The horrible feeling one indicates that you are still in a trauma response from your childhood. All of our beliefs are created and embedded from the environmental mapping we do from 0 to 3. I want to bring you in on this. Have you held a newborn baby recently? Have you felt the purity of their soul? Don't they just kind of heal us a bit? Every time we hold a baby, every time we interact with a child, it lightens us up a bit because they're so fresh from heaven. And then, by the time that child is 3, it has mapped what it thinks is its world. Now, as before we're 3, we don't have a frontal lobe. We don't have discernment. We don't have the ability to discern. What we do, though, is we are very ripe with the ability to be programmed if you don't know how to expand your own imagination and begin to make your own decisions and to understand the power you have by learning how to emotionally create an environment that keeps you in the frequency of awe and of beauty. You see, the purpose of art is not art. The purpose of beauty is to reach the frequency in which art is inevitable. And I'm paraphrasing a beautiful quote that, if you resonate, I want to know. Like, are you ready to move? If it's even just rearranging your bedroom to increase the flexibility of your thinking, your ability to love yourself more, the ability for you to enjoy this life experience. So, I have a question for you, and I'm going to see if I can activate it with my sassy self. Here we go. I need to put first question up. Where's my questions? Let's go down here. I set up a question. Well, the first question is this. I want to know, what do you want to move in your life? Where do you feel stuck? Where are you still the victim of a circumstance that feels like it's been outside of yourself? Okay? I figured out how to do it, y'all. Boom. What do you want to move in your life? Let me know. I want to hear. And I will see if I can get back to seeing. Oh, there I am. Okay. And now see if I can see some comments. Okay. So if you're watching the replay, put what do you want to move in your life in the comments, and you're automatically entered into a drawing I'm doing every week during this 40-day challenge. Yes, you see what's going to happen is on Monday night, Donna and I do a kickoff, right? She's guiding me through the move process. As I'm going through the move process, I am going to be authentic with how I'm feeling, how I'm sorting, so that I pack this house up beautifully and I unfold it energetically beautifully into the next environment I go into. And then in this process, you will be able to attune to certain things I'm doing, feel connected, and do what we do in the mystic world. It's called, you can harmonize with me. As I am going through my emotional experience and developing the tools to align back to center, I'm going to be using the tools I use are the Course in Miracles, and I also love music and dancing because it's the integration of the three intelligences. Now, this is a practice. A 40-day is a practice. And what you can reveal to yourself by neurologically walking yourself towards your roar will help you stop being afraid to be yourself and let your I am presence totally sit in your body. If your automatic nervous system is engaged, then you will prefer a habit. You will be very attached to material things. You actually will do ritual in order to protect yourself from a boogeyman. There's a myriad of characters that we project for that. Okay? That's a bold statement. I just made a bold statement. But let's say you join me in this imagining that I was created by a loving being and love is all there is. And from there, I mean, everyone else is making up a story, so I'll show you how to tap into your divine story by understanding the power your environment has into keeping you small. And I'm going to show you how to expand based on your intention for yourself, not anyone else's intention, for what's best for you. And how in this process, you're able to strengthen your energy field and begin to realize that there is a frequency right here on this planet. And the best thing that I can do for me is to connect to that frequency of love. I'm not the first, and there's millions of us doing it right now. So this isn't weird anymore. This is neuroscience meeting up with the ancient spiritual texts. And the practice of love and compassion for yourself helps you influence the world. So this home magic on the move, you don't actually have to be moving out of the home you're in, but it's time for you to move out of that victim state of mind that was created before you were 3 years old. And most of you inherited a visual pattern. You really have the DNA for heaven on earth. So that's the frequency that we're talking about. That's the frequency Abraham Hicks talks about. That's the frequency in which you can't just talk about it, you can't just think about it. You literally have to move one of your most powerful intelligences, and that's your physical intelligence. Okay? And to do that, then you must understand your emotions, and you must understand the power of an attachment. It has a lesson in it, and how to move through that attachment and gather the learning, and then make a decision from an intention you set beforehand that you are going to live the rest of your days giving love and enjoying and appreciating what you see and allowing all emotions to be holy. We can't be a community of empaths that shut off our hearts and go into la la land. There's some really serious shit going on this planet, and collectively, each of us being individual and moving in the direction of our alignment now instead of waiting for later, believing you're connected now to certainty instead of later. Like, believe that right now you have everything at your fingertips instead of later. Who told you about later? It's a story. So neuromapping, only reason I know this is an ink pen is because when I was a child, I was told by other people, and I mapped it. I can now see it. This is a pen. And so that's how I know that as a pen. That's why I call it, and that's why we have this universal language that this is a pen. But there are so many other things in this room I don't see that are in this room because I have just locked in on certain material objects as being a reality. So when I start removing objects or placing them differently, then my brain cells, my eyes get variety. And then it's going to stimulate a firehouse of connections in my brain that may make me a little dizzy, make my language come out a little stuttery, and that's a good sign. So as I go through this journey, I want y'all to listen to my free flow speech. I want to hear your free flow speech because you can have attunement with me moving through this, and you being authentically listening and following and supporting this journey can increase the frequency of joy. And I don't mean the temporary, fleeting fairy dust like I used to put over my trauma responses. You know, loving people doesn't mean believing the best of everybody. Loving people begins with loving you, and then it has to project from there, because this is about getting you off that automatic nervous system where you're scaring yourself every day, and keeping your holy light, your divinity, your I am presence like hidden. So this move, whatever you're craving differently, you want to share it so the universe can begin responding. And this whole thing, why do we call it magic? Because we're talking about a magic, a miracle is when life gets easy. It's when we break through that neural net of our childhood programming into thinking there's a Santa Claus in the sky that's waiting to punish good boys. Bad boys and bad girls, when there isn't a human on this planet that doesn't have the duality in it. So you must understand, to free yourself from your automatic nervous system, stop scaring yourself with a punishing world. realize you haven't even tapped in to this much of the abundance that is available to you, to this planet, to this human race. There isn't a problem on this planet that the solution has not already been born and is thriving. What's necessary for you to enjoy this lifetime is that you begin to see that world. You can't speak of a God. Speak of a holy divinity and not see the heaven that's right here on this earth. It's time for you to take your blinders off and join me in a simple, profound, and fun way to stay in the frequency of miracles, to stay in the frequency of magic as you move and go towards your roar and set up a whole neural map of how you're going to interact with this game of life. So much love to you. Please share this video. This is the thing. I have an extensive library as a mystic of over 35 years of study and travel around the world. And I don't think I'm bringing very few books with me to Arkansas. So I am going to be giving away my library. Beginning tomorrow, I'm going to be giving away a weekly drawing. And if you comment, oh, I also want to know this. This is another comment. I want to know what would you put on your packing playlist, because I am making my packing playlist for this move, and I want to include music that you suggest because I want to hear different music, and I feel that the people that I hang with in my groups are just so creative, and I want to hear what you would play. It's going to help open up my brain. It's going to help, and you're going to, we're all going to be like this wonderful music symbology share fest with music and song. Things that would make the intention of packing this house beautifully and unfolding it beautifully so that I help millions of people connect to their I am presence each and every day of my life and beyond. So that's my intention. And so I would absolutely love your help in creating a playlist that I'm going to have ready. I'm also going to have banana boxes and some newspaper all ready by Tuesday morning. I am calling today some stores. I've already put out text messages to some of my friends. I'm tapping into the moving and shaking resources that are here right now at the universe to make this the most fun, intentional, magical move ever. And I'm glad you're here with us. I'm also going to be having some other experts. Donna and I are going to interview along the way. If you join the whole 40-day process, you'll get to hear from some other experts and see what really resonates for you as we move along this journey. And if you require coaching, Donna and I will be available only 4 seats. And of course, you know how to hit me up if you would like a reading. So much love, everybody. Go forth, multiply who you are. Who you are is divine, and how you live is about to reflect it. Mwah. Hug your mom or send her prayers.